right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's episode 3 of the Mic Check. We're here at Vision Room, such a beautiful space. Thank you so much to the boys for hooking it up. We shot a couple episodes, Navi.
Yeah, for sure.
It's obviously Navi Rai, MC Anuj D.
What's up? What's up?
We shot a couple episodes. We went for the clout, I think, and
I think we reached before we were ready.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we were like, all right, cool. Obviously, Jay Static, a friend of the both of us.
Yeah,
you know, Frequency
absolutely.
Entertainment. We run it together, but I don't think we caught our rhythm yet, and we probably should have done this first, but we didn't.
This should be our introductory episode. So if you're watching in backwards order, watch episode 3 first.
Sure,
Watch episodes 1 and 2 after. Get to know us. Get to know our personalities outside of.
We'll do it. Was it Pulp Fiction style or Kill Bill style, where you don't have to watch everything in the same order?
There's a show on Netflix like that too, I think.
Kaleidoscope. Yeah.
There you go. You know everything. This guy in his movies, man.
Why
See,
did I
when
get-
you're not married and don't have a kid, you actually have time to watch Netflix.
Yeah, but also on top of that, like we fucking party for a living. Why the fuck am I gonna do anything other than TV and chill at home?
That's true. Very, very true.
I'm super boring outside of work.
Well, we'll see.
Allegedly.
Hopefully you're good on the podcast and not bored. Yeah. But
Not
yeah,
according to the first episode.
no, so some of the feedback we got was people don't know who we're talking about. It's very niche. It was very industry specific. Anyone in the wedding industry or who has partaked in the wedding industry at some point definitely liked the episode. They would like to be on some of the future episodes as well.
Yeah, I'm down to have friends on. That'll just be good vibes.
It's good vibes, but I think the goal of our podcast is not to be a wedding industry podcast, right?
No, and shout out to the one that is going on, Eminence. They're doing their thing. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, definitely.
Tune in. They've had friends on, and if you have like wedding stuff to look at, go take a look at them. They're doing a good job.
Definitely, but make sure you check ours out first.
Well, they're already here.
They're already here. That's it. We just got to keep them locked in. So yeah, what we're going to try to do today is just kind of talk about current events, see what's going on, get our views on different things, and just shoot the shit, really. Have a few drinks. I'm drinking gin
Already
tonight.
had a few drinks. That's fine.
Hey, you don't got to tell them that, man.
Fuck it.
It's not all behind the scenes here.
No, this is for me. This is when we're kicking it. We're off camera. We're not MCs right now. We're just kind of hanging out, doing our thing. Obviously, like it is why we got into this. Is that we like the mic, we like the attention a little bit.
You like the attention a lot.
I love the attention. It's like great. But no, it is a cool thing. I think we get into it. Maybe interview each other a little bit, get a vibe, get people to know Anuj D and Navi Rai instead of MC Anuj D and MC Navi Rai, because those guys are kind of like characters we play. You know, we hit the stage, we do our thing. It's not really like who we are all the time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is just us kicking it, chilling, being ourselves, really.
Sure,
And,
yeah.
hopefully you guys find it interesting. So let's get into it, Navi.
Yeah, well, like, let's do this. Anuj is a big sports fan, so I thought I'd bring a couple sports things to your attention.
Down.
First and foremost, shout out to our Toronto Blue Jays.
Nice hat.
Yeah,
I got to give you credit on the
Yeah,
hat.
maybe
Even when he walked in the venue, everyone's like,
Oh,
"Hey,
yeah,
this is
get
a
out of
nice ass."
But the first ever South Asian player, Arjun Nimla, getting signed first round.
Yep. Uh,
That's the first ever time to happen for South Asians. There's not a lot of Indians in sports, so I always love to see it.
Yeah, outside of cricket.
Yeah, obviously. He grew up playing cricket, which is a cool thing. He actually moved to North America, transferred his skills from being like a cricket player, and now he's in the MLB. What do you think of that? And the awesome thing is he's on our team in Toronto.
Yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays drafted him 20th overall in this year's Major League Draft. I was actually kind of interested in his story, so I watched him in the Combine. Really well spoken when he came on TV. A bit of humor, just he's a great shortstop. So shortstop is the hardest position to play in baseball.
Yeah.
It's always the number one athlete who plays shortstop. They're saying his arm is elite. His batting is elite. So the Combine happens in Arizona. He hit a home run off the scoreboard. Like that stuff Vladdy does at 26 or whatever his age is. This kid is 17 years old. So super pumped about him. I think the Blue Jays really made a smart move looking at the huge South Asian diaspora here in Toronto. Getting him.
Wouldn't that be a wild reason to draft him, though?
I don't think that was the main reason.
So, bro, we got Daisies, they'll come to the games.
Well, why not, right? There's all these people who go watch cricket. I know there's a cricket tournament happening in Brampton right now as we speak, GT20 or something like that.
No idea. Don't ask me about
Okay.
it. I have no idea.
I'm kind of involved in every sport. Ask me about curling, I'll still know about it. But no, I think that could have been one of the deciding factors, right? At 20th, he was the second ranked shortstop. Obviously, the better shortstop did get drafted before him. But I think he can make a huge impact. Again, he's only 17 years old, so we're going to have to wait a few years. Basically, the joke right now, and I'm reading someone's joke, is when Bo Bichette's ready to leave, he's going to just fill in like 3 or 4 years.
Sure. I think this kid's going to be dope because one thing is this guy's coming from a not so Desi area and he's coming to Toronto.
Florida. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just like, I'm excited to see him actually on social media. And you know, when they do that whole like intro, like when they bring in like any new draft pick for Raptors, Leafs, whatever, you get that kind of like, hey, here's in Toronto. What do you like? This guy's going to get a culture shock for his own culture. Yeah. Which I think is a vibe. And he's coming to one of the biggest cities in the world. And that's not something that like he's coming from America. He said he's never been to Toronto. It's always a vibe. Like we got Grady Dick coming in and those videos are coming in already for the Raptors. So I'm kind of just hyped to see him.
Yeah. Dick #1. That's going to be an interesting jersey. Would you buy that jersey?
#1 Dick? 1,000%.
#1 Dick.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it just for the jokes. I think
it's on sale. All right. That's what I'm going to get you for your birthday. Done.
1,000%. I'll take it.
But back to Arjun. Yeah, I'm really excited to see his come up. Obviously, with baseball, it's very different than basketball, hockey, or football, where you don't see the impact of the athlete immediately. We'll probably see it in 2 to 3 years to be
Yeah, because you go to the minors. Yeah. But more on the South Asian tip is I want to talk about India Rising.
Okay.
Right? The all-Indian basketball team that's going to play in the tournament. I want you to talk about the tournament because I don't know too much about the actual tournament. Yeah. I know it's $1 million prize, and I know these guys are all Desi. And I actually want to give a shout-out because today I saw Sukhpreet Singh from Toronto.
He's on the team?
He got signed. One of my former grooms, actually.
Wow.
I got to host his wedding. It's dope. I've never felt short at a wedding. I'm 6'4". I walked around this guy's wedding, and everybody was taller than me. It was wild.
So now you know how
this guy is the... Yeah, but that's a you problem. I don't deal with that. This guy also is the leading all-time scorer for Queen's University.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? And this guy, you know, of course, this squad, all Desi's repping it. How do you think their chances are, and what do you think is going to happen?
So the tournament, basically to give a bit of a background, started, actually, this is the 10th anniversary of the tournament. As an idea, just to do something in the off-season where ex-college players, some ex-NBA players would play in this tournament, which is actually on ESPN and ESPN2 as well. So like they get good coverage. I think they started out with 8 to 10 teams, and now it's actually a 64-team tournament, like NCAA March Madness style. A lot of the teams, again, have a lot of, like there's a UMass team, like the University of Massachusetts, with ex-players, Michigan, ex-Syracuse players, that kind of vibe. I don't know what India Rising's chances are in this tournament. I think it'll be tough, but it's so cool to see like 12 to 15 I think a majority of them are North American, kind of collaborating together and trying at least, right? Because the whole thing is now we have more exposure, right? The numbers have obviously increased in terms of all the South Asians that we have across North America. But, you know, me growing up as a kid, there was a guy in the San Jose Sharks. I'm going to throw out a random name that I don't even know if our audience is going to know. Rabinder Bala. I still remember him fighting Todd Gill, who's not Punjabi, by the way. I know the last name's Gill, of the Maple Leafs, like in the second round of the 94 or 95 playoffs or something like that. That was the only guy, Desi, I ever saw. There was, of course, Manny Malhotra.
Desi, he's the only, like, good Desi athlete I didn't know.
Manny Malhotra?
In, like, major sports. Like, you know, and not to say that they aren't good. They're obviously much better than anything I can do.
Yes.
But, you know, in major sports, the guys who, like, were in leagues for a long period of time had longevity. Manny Malhotra, also from here in Toronto, love it.
Yeah.
He was a Canuck, and he was on a bunch of other teams and stuff
Rangers as well. Assistant coach with the Leafs, but I think he just got let go with the current shuffle with the Leafs that's going on. But still, I mean, the point is you're seeing more, like me having, you know, a 4-year-old child. She's going to get to see all of these Desi athletes where I didn't see any of that growing up at all. There was like Vijay Singh in golf, right? A Fijian.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember him. He was like the only other guy you could pick in like PGA Tour playing, like growing up when you're playing the video games and stuff. It was Tiger and Vijay. And it was
you
just
would
like
want to be him, right? So it's about representation, of course. We talk about representation in the media and those things, but in sports, it's like you can't just be there because of affirmative action. You actually have to have the talent.
Oh, yeah. There's those guys who got drafted to like the Kings or whatever, 7 foot, whatever.
Oh my God, this is bad. He's from Toronto. What's his name?
Yeah, but nobody cares because he sucked. No, he sucked. No, sorry.
Don't say that. He's gonna come after you. That's a big boy.
Not sucked. No,
Sim Buller. That was it.
Sure. No, I didn't mean he sucked. But you know what I mean? Like, again, these guys are all playing at a way higher level. I think he plays against like Dwight Howard or whatever.
He's playing
in
in like Taiwan right now against Dwight Howard. He has a bit of a beef with him. They're kind of the two main centers there in Taiwan right now. But representation, I'm happy. I hope Arjun Nirmala does amazing things. I hope he's an all-star. I want to get his jersey when he comes up. All of those things, I think we should definitely all support him and rep it.
Yeah, I'm glad you know all this stuff because I think I'm in the majority here for sports. I only watch the highest level of everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, right. Any regular guy, like you're working, you're spending time with family, you get to watch what you want. You watch the highest level of it, and I don't give a shit about the rest of it. Like obviously these guys are amazing athletes, whatever. I'm just not watching you. It's the same reason. Honestly, I think that women's sports gets fucking snubbed. Are you gonna watch? Am I gonna watch the NBA or am I gonna watch the WNBA?
Yeah.
But I'm seeing the come up.
Absolutely.
What's her name? Sorry, she just beat Steph Curry's record. Sabrina Ionescu, I think. Yeah, Sabrina Ionescu. In the modern 3-point contest kind of thing, she broke the record. Same 3-point line, same rim, same height and everything. I think Curry and Tyrese Halliburton had the record at like 31 points.
Yeah.
In this whole format with like the 2 money balls that are worth 4 points or whatever. And this girl's smoked them. 37 points.
Oh, she has skills. Like she's definitely.
That's what I want to see. I'm again like that. I actually checked the highlights and I watched this girl sniper.
Yeah.
Swish it. That's what I want to see. Highest level. I don't care about anything else.
It is.
I don't even watch Olympic hockey right now because they don't let NHL players play.
Which they might in 2026,
Yeah.
but let's see. I think last time it was all kind of a political situation or whatnot. But so speaking of Desis, you talked about the positive turn in terms of sports that we're kind of breaking ground now, and we're seeing that.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. There is some negativity that I do want to talk about in the Toronto area, especially. Yesterday there was a big bust called Project Big Rig, where the Peel Police arrested 15 people in a huge theft ring of stealing cars and commercial vehicles. Now I want to read you the last names of all of these gentlemen. Well, I don't know if I want to call them gentlemen. So here you go. Singh, Ajay, Pata, Singh, Badwan, Singh, Atwal, Singh, Singh, Verma, Sidhu, and Tillo. Why do you think there is such a rise in crime in the South Asian community? Like, we're always portrayed as these nice guys, these IT guys who are law-abiding citizens, but yet in Toronto, we're seeing this crime spree, and a lot of it is kind of focused on the South Asian community. What's up with that?
I don't think it's like specifically like a misrepresentation or whatever to see those IT guys and blah blah. Like I think it's just there's a concentration of population here, right? Toronto has the biggest South Asian population, like outside of India. So if there's crime to happen, there's enough of us that some of us will be criminals. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is, right? Same thing with like BC. There's that whole crime wave happened back there from like the 90s or the 2000s, and just because there's a majority of us there. Some of us will be criminals. Not everybody's going to be a stand-up citizen. It is getting pretty rough here.
Yeah.
We've had multiple people I know their car stolen. I had my car got broken into last year. I don't know if it was Desi.
Yeah.
Check the cameras. They're all hooded up. You know, they're smart with it. But, you know, it just is what it is. And Desi's...
So I don't think it's just a numbers game. So I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Sure.
I do think there's been so much immigration without that vetting process. People are coming in without money. So they need to make ends meet. And I think that's directly leading them to a life of crime.
No, yeah, that's why. But that's why I don't like. It's not like all students are bad, dude. Some of these students come here. They're here for an education.
Listen, you wouldn't get your
They're
Osmos
super polite. Yeah, I know.
without them, right? You wouldn't get your shawarma.
Yeah, no. There's the ones who work and this and that. But then there's like you see it, you see the reports, and you see all the stuff. And like, I know a bunch of guys who've rented out to these guys, and there's like 50 of them crammed into a basement that's only supposed to house like fucking 3 people, and they destroy the house or whatever. And it's just like, it just gives us a bad rep.
It does. And that's what I don't like. It's the shadow that's being cast upon our community, which kind of, it's bringing us down. Like, we are the criminals now. So Gore and everyone are seeing us now as the criminals, because it's not just this. Like, this was one example where, as you said before, it used to be, if they arrested 15 guys, it would be 3 Desis maybe. Now it's like all 15 are Desis. So
that's true.
That trend is something I'm not really liking right now.
No, it's not fun to see if your last name or your cousin's last name is in like an arrest report, right? And you're reading off a whole bunch of people, and it's like, yeah, that's not ideal by any means, right? We roll with so many cliques here ourselves. We know a lot of the Desis in the city and that we grew up with. None of them are involved in crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just like there's just so many of them, us, whatever, that Some of them have to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, some of them are super hyper successful doctors and
of course
nerds and IT and the fucking Rajesh Kutrapalis and shit of the world. And then you got fucking...
use that name, eh?
Whatever. He's the nerd on TV. Everybody knows him. Yeah. You can't talk to women. That guy. That fucking guy. The non-Punjabi fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got the unfortunate thing of all these fucking things.
No, to me, it's not it's not a point about a saying. There's a Verma in there as well. It's just it's the South Asian community resorting to crime, and I'm seeing it as well, like with drugs. Listen, we're at banquet halls every weekend, right?
Yeah,
we've done so many gigs since our last episode.
Yeah,
every time I go into the washroom stall at any banquet hall, I see cocaine. I don't know what the right word is. Remnants. There's always chitta everywhere.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Residue. There you go. That's a good word. Like, to the point where I can't even use a stall. Like, I'll wait because you don't want to be guilty by association.
Shit. I've never even thought about that.
Pro tip. MC walked out of that stall right here at XYZ Banquet Hall.
Yeah, I know. That's it. And first of all, just because we host parties and we party all the time, we don't partake.
Yeah,
Stop fucking offering it to me. I'm not down. Like, just because I'm at a party, I'm also working.
But one of our hosts here at Vision Room made a good point about that. Why they come to us, I feel like, is because we're the party host. We're the host at that. I'm the people's host, right? So people think that this guy must have a connection or can get him that point. But it's crazy.
Super weird when like an uncle comes up to me and is like, yo, I've had it. Yeah, I did a Mexico gig and an uncle came straight up to me. He's like, you know what I can get? And I was like, no, man, I just got here. What? Like, I'm just trying to host and do my job. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be your associate drug dealer.
You should just pointed them towards the beach, man. Any all-inclusive resort, man. They come up to us.
I'm just like, yo.
You have a beard and you're rocking a hat, they come up to you anyways, right?
That's fair enough. It's just one of those weird things. But this whole, like, bit, even, like, the representation fact that we're talking about is, like, of course, people don't think of they see as, like, hard or... I'm thinking, like, especially like Hollywood, we don't get that representation.
No, we're Rajesh Kutrapalis.
Yeah, we're fucking nerds. Dude, that can't talk to women, that are fucking the token dude on the wall. Yeah. It's getting a little bit better now. A little bit better. There was that movie, was that Disney movie, Red, or the one with the raccoon in Toronto? It was based in Toronto. Yeah. And it was cool. Like, security guard for the school was a Sardar.
Well, I mean, that's pretty on point.
I'm not saying it wasn't accurate. I'm just saying it was there, though, which we wouldn't have seen growing up. You know what I mean? But then I've recently, like, it's been pissing me off more and more that the representation just sucks. Yeah. Like, these big companies are doing these big movies and elaborate things. And even if a Punjabi dude gets representation, it's trash, man. The new Spider-Man movie, Across the Spider-Verse. Okay. Great movie. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Amazing movie. Great comic movie. Blockbuster hit. Probably movie of the year.
Okay.
I'll say that outright. And then so the premise is that there's like Spider-Man from like different dimensions or whatever. Yeah. So there's like a white Spider-Man, Peter Parker that everybody knows, and there's Miles.
Spider-Man white, bro?
Like, so it's just like in every universe it can be a little bit different. Okay. And then you got Miles Morales, who's the main character. He's black and Hispanic. There's a female one, Gwen Stacy, whatever. She's she's white girl. Yeah. And they get to a universe, and instead of Manhattan, they're in Mumbai. So it's Spider-Man India.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with. This guy, I think they call him Bavatar or whatever. And that's cool. That's fine. Inspector Singh.
Nice.
He's there. I'm like,
Punjab police fight.
And that makes sense. You go to India, Sardar, police, they got the police outfit, colors and everything right. Yeah. I'm like, all right, so these guys did their research. Yeah. And then their love interest for Spider-Man in every universe in this thing is her name starts with a G. Right? That's what it is. So Inspector Singh's daughter is Bavatar's love interest. I'm like, cool. Punjabi girl, name starts with a G. What would you guess that is?
Gitu.
What the fuck kind of Punjabi name is Gitu?
I don't know. That could be a nickname.
No.
I've done weddings for Gitus. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I was hoping for a Guggen, dog. I was like the only Punjabi name I know.
Guggendeep. Yeah, there's a Guggendeep.
No, it's always a Guggen. That's all, whatever. Like, that would make sense.
Yeah.
You need a Punjabi name. It starts with a G. Guggen.
Yo, you just insulted one of my brides. I swear I just had a Gitu.
No, I'm not saying.
She was Punjabi.
It just, what I was expecting, bro. I was like an actual name.
Okay.
And this Inspector Singh's daughter's name is Gayatri.
Gayatri.
And I'm just like, that's such a small fucking mistake.
Yeah.
You could ask like any Punjabi dude, like, is Inspector Singh's daughter gonna have this name?
Possible. Like, it could be a fusion wedding.
No, man, come on, stop.
No, like, I know what you're saying. I know.
It's just like, yo, like, who's doing the research on this bit?
They're probably not, right?
They're not. You know what I mean? Like, just have a Punjabi guy vet your shit. Of like, yeah, her name should have been Guggen. That's it. Gitu could have been her nickname. I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to say.
You would have been okay with Gitu.
I'm not saying anything wrong with that. I was trying to set you up to say Guggen. You didn't do it, and the layup got fucking denied.
Big fail. Well, speaking of weddings, since that's our thing, that's our niche. Something that just came out, I think it was 5 days ago or so. This woman from Toronto, I believe, Susan is her name, actually canceled her wedding because she asked all of her guests to give them $1,500 as a wedding gift. And I'm going to read directly from why she canceled. She says, and I quote, I specifically asked for cash gifts. How could we have our wedding, what we dreamed of, without proper funding? We sacrificed so much and only asked each guest for $1,500. We talked to a few people and who even promised us more. My maid of honor, who's also a wedding planner, I need to find out who this wedding planner is, promised to contribute $5,000 and free planning services.
This chick's from Toronto?
This chick is from Toronto. Like we made it clear, if you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited to the wedding because this is an exclusive wedding and it's a once-in-a-lifetime party. She goes on this kind of stupid rant at the end of the day. Basically, only 8 people RSVP'd and sent checks, which I'm shocked these 8 people actually sent $1,500 in.
They got money.
Well, come on, man. What are your thoughts on that? $1,500 on as a guest, each guest to come to your exclusive wedding. Like, I don't know if Drake was performing or Taylor Swift, but
First of all, I'm gonna say this to the fucking camera. First of all, if you can't pay for your own fucking wedding, don't throw that wedding, man. That's not your wedding for you. Work hard, pay the bills that you can pay for your own wedding. Were you crowdfunding your wedding?
pretty much.
What? She's on GoFundMe for her via? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't. Now that's infuriating. First of all, no wedding is that. No wedding is that. No wedding is $1,500.
I've never given a gift of $1,500. I don't care if it's my niece, nephew, anyone. I'll be honest. No one gave us $1,500 at our wedding either, outside of the parents, of course.
No, that's different. But like, everybody has to pay you $1,500 to come to your special wedding. First of all, you're in Toronto. Here's the wild thing about Toronto: there's 500 weddings a weekend. Yeah. That's why we can do what we do, and our jobs are what, like, people here, they're like, you're MCs and you get to host weddings. Yeah, we do. Like, we're busy every single weekend. We're on a team of 30 different individuals, like 23 DJs, 7 MCs, and we're all busy every weekend because this city just has so much work. Yeah, absolutely. And then we get flown out from here to do it in other cities because people see Toronto like, this as well. Your wedding's not that special. Unless, you got Drake coming through. And if you got Drake coming through, you should have the money for not asking for $1,500.
Oh, facts. So I think it's a thing of like quantity versus quality, right? Like, again, with the proliferation of social media. No, it's true. Like, brides like have these visions of their weddings and they want it to come true. Now, I don't know what was in this chick's head where she actually asked for $1,500 each. Like, I don't know how you have the balls to do that, for lack of a better term. But I almost do feel sorry for her because somehow in her convoluted mind, she actually thought people were going to...
delusional shit is that, bro? What do you mean you feel sorry for her?
I do feel sorry for her a little bit because...
No, I wish everybody their fucking dream wedding. Yeah, Go nuts. Go nuts. Here, I hope you have the best wedding ever when you have your wedding, and I hope it is the best night of your life. That's why we do what you do. I'm always super honored when somebody hires me to be your MC. It's flattering. It's super flattering in any means.
Yeah.
Right? I'll take that and I'll say that always. I think my job is amazing and I love it. But first off, there's a big problem with people who want to throw social media weddings.
Yo, content creators, shout out to the content creators.
What the fuck are you doing? I want to get married in this palace that nobody can make it to and fucking throw this party that nobody's going to have fun at because the pictures are going to look good and everybody's going to love me on social media. Throw a party for the people that attended. Throw the party for the people flying in for your wedding. Throw the people who are spending their weekend at your wedding. First of all, it's a Desi wedding. They spent like 8 days partying with you.
Yeah, a lot of events.
Right? Sangeet, Manya, whatever, extra
Goat
events.
Meat Party.
Goat Meat Party. Let's do it. That's a blast. You know why goat meat parties are fun? They're fun. Yeah. You know why people like them? When they get together, we cook a simple meal. Like, obviously, it's delicious. It takes time, prep, but it's goat meat.
Yeah.
We can have goat meat like whenever you want. You can go to a restaurant, but it's the act of like making it, and there's a chef involved, and you guys are doing it.
Right? It's male bonding.
Yeah, and then the drinks card. It's a simple thought, and it's such a fun party. Yeah. I want to do this elaborate wedding that's going to cost way too much money. It's going to put me into debt, and it's not going to be fun because it looks nice on Instagram. Your wedding sucked.
But it's also like the people you hang around with, your crew.
Sure.
There is about, the whole keeping up with the Joneses, right? These guys had a fucking skating rink at their reception. I got to do something as well.
No, hey, and if you can
I've actually
afford
seen
it,
that.
do it.
If people don't think, I actually saw that in 2013. There was a wedding with a fucking skating rink and a figure skating.
I saw that. I saw the pictures.
Not going to mention the person's wedding,
but see, there's nothing wrong with going elaborate. There's nothing wrong with going like bougie and rich if you can afford it. Like again, if you were in your means to do something spectacular and you want to have a Disney princess wedding, all right, cool. Like I'm not hating on you. If I get to MC that, I'm super glad I'm there. And as long as the party's still fun. Yeah. Right. As long as you're like setting up the party to be fun. If you're just doing this shit and it hinders your party at all, if you have a 2-hour-long fucking dance performance, nobody gives a shit. Nobody, oh my God, I posted it and I got 100,000 views on YouTube. No, nobody gives a fuck. Like, fuck you. Like everybody in your audience was bored as shit. I'm telling you that right now.
But the crazy thing is people are driven by views, right? They want they want the clout. They want the social media views.
Yeah.
That means something. It's a currency now, right? It's not just, it almost goes above a dollar value because, I got 1 million views on my bridesmaids limo bus ride to the wedding where we sang whatever Carly Rae Jepsen song.
No, yeah. And that's cool, I guess. Like for you, if that's what brings you happiness, your guests hated you. I'm just saying, if your guests, they're nice and they love you and they're your family and your friends, so they're not going to tell you this to your face. I'm telling you, they came up to me.
He's doing it for you.
Why the fuck did they do this? Yeah, I'm just saying make weddings fun, man. That's all I'm saying is do whatever you want to do. If as long as the bride and groom are having fun, everybody's having fun. If a performer comes through, Sometimes the performer doesn't come through. We had that happen right now. Was it AP cancel Summer High? The festival that was supposed to happen here?
That's crazy, right?
I had no idea what happened. That was wild to me. I was actually kind of a little sad because I had a gig that day. Yeah. So I'm like, we're going to party. Not my concern. So I was like, all right, I'm not looking at the promotion for this. I didn't really see it anywhere though, which is weird because usually when there's like an event or whatever, it comes on my like IG like 1,000 times, whatever. There's like, the 200 standard party guys in Toronto putting it out like, hey, we're friends with them.
200 promoters in Toronto. You know what the funny thing is though? All of them become real estate agents after.
Or mortgage brokers.
True.
But it's just one of those, that was a weird one. Like, did you hear anything about that? I have no idea what happened.
So from my inside sources, which I won't name, it was that ticket sales were not doing good. Budweiser stage, I think holds, I'm going to say 12 to 15,000.
Yeah.
Apparently they only sold half the tickets, even with Live Nation, with Don Toliver, with all of that. They didn't get numbers, so they said, fuck it, and let's cut our losses, and let's cancel this, which is crazy in the summer. Everyone was hyped about it. Summer High Fest.
I don't know about everybody. I think everybody's hyped on the idea. I think, like, obviously, AP, huge artist. He'll kill it. Like, he's going to come out. He has massive hits. People love his music. I love all the tracks that he kind of puts out. They have their own kind of sound, right? That's kind of other people are copying and is becoming a thing. And then, obviously, Grinder Grill dropped his album. That was fire. Yep. Like, I like that sound, right? Especially when you're vibing. I think at a concert, it works really well. But something to fail in Toronto is wild. Like, our Desi population is so massive that I'm like, for like tickets not to be sold sounds weird to me. Like, it's, if anything, maybe it's just it was the summertime. I think that's a problem.
I'm going to lean it towards the price point. I think
how much is the price point? I don't know.
Budweiser stage is usually, again, outside of OVO Fest and stuff, $150, $100. These were $250, $300, $500 tickets. And he was just here, right? like at Scotiabank Arena. I went to the concert. It was a vibe. 15,000 people jamming, enjoying
I was sad
themselves.
I missed that one, man. Fuck.
The crazy thing was, it was, a lot of people talk about sound and got into lip syncing, all that bullshit, which I didn't give a fuck.
90% of artists fucking...
Yeah, man.
It's whatever.
Bro, it was a vibe, man. I felt like I fucking knew 12,000 of the 15,000 there. It was a big reunion.
That's fun.
That's a big number.
Fun. That's all.
But it was fun. It was a vibe. But you can't just come back with that and you've released, one song? Maybe 2 since then?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe I think it probably was a compound of a lot of things because let's be real. Like, I think a big thing is in the middle of summertime in Toronto...
Yeah,
there's just too much going on.
The week before Caravana.
Yeah, exactly. So you're in the peak of Toronto season, and you just came.
Yeah,
and you got Caravana the weekend after. You have OVO potentially. Some people might be like, yo, man, people are budgeting, dog. Not everybody's going to go to everything in the city. Yeah. So potentially OVO is coming. You got Veld for like all our electronic events that same weekend. That's just one weekend. That's the weekend right after.
Oh, Veld happens on that end of July weekend?
It's the Civic Holiday weekend. It's always like those three festivals hit.
Oh, so Caravana and Veld happen at the same time?
Yeah, Caravana, OVO, Veld, always kind of just like, or electric. It's one of the electric ones. I don't pay too much attention. It's not my vibe of music, but 3 massive festivals that usually happen Civic Holiday weekend. You're going to be the weekend before that. Your people are budgeting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to what I want to go to, right? Maybe that, we're going to 50 Cent.
We are going to 50
days. That's 2
we
days
should
after.
live stream from that.
I'm not fucking.
It's good. That's gonna be enjoying the music.
Vibe. Fuck that. I'm enjoying myself, dog. I don't use my phone when I'm having fun. Get out of here.
No, that's gonna be fun, man. So 50. Interesting fact, if anyone gives a fuck, 50 Cent and me have the same birthday. And I message him every fucking year. And he never fucking replies.
You DM 50 Cent
happy
all
birthday. The time. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
That's kind of cute, man. That's kind of cute. I like that. That's funny. But but like, so that's happening 2 days after.
Yeah. So
at the exact same venue.
Yes.
So you're just like, hey, maybe
let's
be real Daisy wise. And Busta's gonna be there. That's fire. Maybe that's what happened. A lot of Daisies we grew up here with hip hop. Any Daisies that grew up in North America grew up on hip hop. That's like our main source of like music for the last like 20 years. You know what I mean? So 50 is one of my favorite artists, top 5 for me in terms of hip hop, just off of what I listen to.
Same.
So I'd rather go to 50. You know what I mean? It might be his last tour. Who knows what's happening?
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's like a farewell. So I was like, I bought tickets without talking to you. I just was like, I'm buying.
What a nice guy. He bought me a ticket without even asking me.
I was for whoever. I was just like, I'm going. Whoever wants to come can come.
I just give you a compliment, fucking guy.
I'm not that nice. I'm not that nice. I bought it for me. I'm just nice enough to give it to you because we're friends.
This guy is such a...
Right? And then you got maybe that happen. Daisies have weddings.
Yeah.
It was on a Saturday. Right?
The AP concert.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday. Yeah.
That's a fucking critical.
Like we said, I said earlier, there's like 500 weddings a weekend. I'm like, I'm not missing my chacha's kid's wedding for AP. Yeah. And the DJ's going to play AP.
Don Tolliver.
So you're going to dance to like the same music and da-da-da. Sure. And I don't think it has anything to do with his talent or his reach. I think it's just too much stuff going on. Yeah, you know what I mean? Toronto's hard to fail in though. Like it is one of those things. I think there's so much going on though. You kind of have to just pick and choose your moments. I think if he came in like in October, fire.
It could have been fire,
yeah. Or it was summer, weekday.
Yeah. Maybe you should be his manager.
No, I'm not
shout out to Herman and Kevin. Maybe, hire Navi Raya as your manager.
No, I'm good with a microphone. I mean, I can be his hype man. I'll be that. I'll go on stage with AP anytime.
Listen, I'm going to be his hype man before you, okay?
Get out of here. You're too old. Get out of here.
Wow, fucking guy. Pulling the age card.
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, it's called experience, all right, motherfucker?
Yeah, it's called experience. Called the experience. And nobody's going to be cheering for you.
Yeah, right, bro. I could rock a concert better than you. I already know that.
Allegedly.
Eh? All right, we'll see.
You want to live stream a 50 Cent concert. I'm just going to be there enjoying the moment.
I'm down to do that, bro. It's 50. Anyways, we're talking about Toronto and not failing in Toronto. It's crazy to fail in Toronto because I feel like every fucking business in Toronto somehow flowers and succeeds. It's the saying used to be in New York, if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you make it in Toronto, you can definitely make it anywhere. And
I actually think it's the opposite, man. I think it's harder to make it in places out when the population isn't as dense.
I'm not saying it's easier. I'm saying if you can, right?
Oh, if you can, yeah, 100%.
And to that point, there is something that's just blowing up in Toronto, and I think we should talk about it. And if I get this wrong, apologies. We've had a couple of drinks.
Chita?
Cut that.
Come on.
Anyways, regardless, Unicity, Unimate,
the fiber drink.
The fiber drink is blowing up. People are buying Rolls Royces, Phantoms, all this shit off of it. Basically, it's a fiber drink like Metamucil, but instead of paying $30, you're paying $200 for it a month. And apparently it helps you lose weight and you can eat anything you want.
I've seen the ads, I guess, or whatever, and I've seen people pumping it. Looks like fiber to me. You know what I mean?
It's a fiber supplement.
The same shit, right? Take some Metamucil, keep yourself regular with your eating. Shit, you can eat some fruit. That'll get you some fiber too. You know what I mean? I've seen it and people are milking it. And it's just like any of those health supplements. There's those green drinks now. You pour that in, just get all your vegetables or eat your vegetables. There's always a supplement for something. And I think if you market anything well enough, it's a fancy version of something that people have been doing for like 100 years.
But to me, the biggest red flag is not the product itself. Yo, it probably works. Listen, if you take Metamucil and you do intermittent fasting, I do it as well. Not that I'm in the greatest shape, but like I have lost a lot of weight from where I was before.
Sure.
I don't eat for 16 hours a day. A lot of people have picked that up. But incorporating this whole fiber supplement thing, listen, for me personally, I tried the whole Metamucil and all that, fucking just bloats me up. So if you eat or take this fiber supplement before you eat, you don't want to eat. That's all it is. Basically, they're promoting IF and, hey, take this fiber supplement before you eat.
What the hell's IF?
Intermittent fasting.
Oh, sorry.
Intermittent fasting, sorry, for those that don't know.
No,
right? Like,
that's
I'm doing the 16-8. I've been doing it for a long time. I definitely find value in that. I'm not making any money off that. No one's making any money off that. There's been TED Talks. There's been scientific research, like to the fact of, hey, as we came up as a species or whatever, there wasn't a fucking breakfast, dinner, lunch, and dinner.
No, we definitely as a
we're
species,
hunters and gatherers.
We eat too much fucking food, right?
100%.
Like you can people here eat to get full instead of being satisfied. Right, you eat till you're uncomfortable and you're all tired and you're busted and you're like, I want to take a nap. Oh, yeah, for sure. And you're just like not productive. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I had this like light meal and I have all this energy. And it's like, that's how much energy you needed. Especially like some people who like sit and they're like behind a computer most of the day, right? And why do you need the same amount of protein and carbs and energy as some dude who's like a construction worker?
Or,
you don't.
Or someone who's in the gym like twice a day.
Again, the more you work out, the more, calories and stuff and protein that you need. But, these guys are banking off of people just getting what's trendy. It looks like, bro, if that's your hustle and you're getting money.
It's a great hustle. Hey, listen, the guys at the top.
All for it.
The guys at the top, I did one of their weddings too. I'm not going to mention his name. But the guys at the top are making money. They're fucking killing it.
Okay.
But that's why the product is fucking $200 for $30 of fiber, because you gotta, and they hate this term, but it's a pyramid scheme, right? Because if I sign you up, Navi, and I sign up at all of Frequency, I'm gonna make $25 off each of your orders. So I would fucking make, my math sucks, but like $1,000 each time. And that's all it is right now. But my biggest red flag again is the pyramid scheme. They're not promoting the health benefits of it. If there are,
bro, that's on the consumer, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna blame somebody selling something for a fucking
I'm not hating on them.
If you're the consumer though, and you're just like, yo, this is like flashy and trendy, and so I'm gonna do it, and then you gotta pay $200 out of your pocket, that's on you. Pay the $30. Go to fucking Shoppers Drug Mart, go to Cigarette Rex, get your fiber, eat your fruit, and you're in the same situation.
We're in Brampton, so Cello Fresco.
Yeah, wherever, dog. Get you can get it from anything. Get it from your Desi store. You'll get that Desi brand, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or you can take a Hajmola if your stomach hurts. Do whatever you need to take it.
The fucked up thing is, I knew he was going to say Hajmola.
First of all, I never take those. Those bud pills are disgusting as shit. Yeah. They're fucking bud in pill form. I refuse to eat them, but they're good for your stomach or whatever the fuck it is. Yo, dog. You know what I mean? There's other things out there, but it's not marketed on Instagram or social media. So
their social media is amazing, right?
No, it's great. And that's marketing. I'm not going to hate on marketing, and I'm not going to hate on you making money. You got a nice car, you got a nice living for yourself, and some dummies are buying your shit for too expensive. Like, that, and I'm not calling you. If you use it and it's making your life better and you can afford it, that's good for you. But you know what I mean? Like,
look, they're promoting good things, right? Fucking lose weight. Don't eat for fucking, again, as a human species, fucking, we eat way too much. Breakfast is not a real concept. It's fucking something that
it's the most important meal of the day.
No, but that's propaganda, right? That was actually been proven, whatever the year was, 1924, that this propaganda machine actually came out. The meat industry went to this gentleman, and I forgot his name. Hey, our bacon is not selling enough. Our sausages are not selling enough. All this bullshit. He somehow convinced the masses without social media that breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Marketing
breakfast
is marketing.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but I love a good breakfast. But like, here's my thing: is I actually don't intermittent fast, but I eat small portions. It's super hard. Like you want to like kill the whole plate.
And I've noticed that dining with you.
But I'm like, all right, I eat, and then I'm like, all right, I'm no longer feel hungry. I'm not full. I just don't feel hungry, and I just stop. Everybody has their thing. Do whatever's healthy for your body type, your metabolism, whatever. Everybody's different. Again, I'm like, as long as you feel good, do whatever you want to do. If you want to pay an exorbitant amount of money to feel that way, like, I'm like, there's definitely more unhealthy stuff out there that people do.
Yeah. I don't think it has any negative effects. I'm just saying it's a ridiculous amount of money that feeds into what we would call traditionally, and I'm sure the people who are at the heads of it in Toronto are going to come back at us. And hey, if you want to be on the Mic Check, open invite. You guys can be on the Mic Check as well. We can accommodate you, and you can talk about it.
Maybe there might be more educating me. I just see the ads, man. Like I haven't looked into like what's exactly in it or whatever the case may be.
I have friends using it. I have a lot of friends using it.
From what people have told me, it's fiber, and I was like,
yeah,
cool. I take fiber every day. I take a small portion early in the day, and I'm set. I don't take it before every meal. I know I was dating somebody who was, I don't know if it was this brand or whatever, but it was like.
What's her name?
No, fuck that. No, we're not dealing with that today. We're not dealing with that ever. But yeah, like she'd be like, hold up, we can't eat yet. What? And you just pull this fucking thing out.
Oh, it was actually.
I don't know. Just pulled it. I can't remember, man. I wasn't paying attention. It was just. It was something like, oh, this is like something I have to take. It's good for health. Like 30 minutes before we eat. And I'm like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, basically it bloats you, so you don't want to eat. But yeah, that's pretty much the current topics that we had for today. But we've started a new segment on the show. A couple of days ago, both yourself, myself, and the Mic Check account, we asked for viewer questions.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a really good one I want to talk about. So I'm going to not do their Instagram handle because I think they want it to be anonymous.
No, everything will be anonymous. For anybody who's sending us anything,
yeah,
we can be on blast. You guys don't have to be on blast.
Exactly. We're already going to be in the crosshairs. But the question was, do bachelor parties ever result in guys being disinvited from weddings?
Oh, not guys, but I got a story.
You got a story. So I've been to a lot of bachelor parties.
Okay.
And, including my own, I have never, ever seen guys disinvited from a wedding due to something that happened at a bachelor party. The guys who were my groomsmen are all still my boys. Again, I didn't have 36. I had 12. But no hate to the guys who have 36. Right. It's cool if you want the milkman and the convenience store guy to be a part of your groomsman picture. All good. You'll end up on I'm Just Basically. But at the end of the day, I feel like guys still we figure it out. So what's your story?
No, this story. It was a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
That somebody I know was at. It was her very close friend. No, we're not doing that. She was her very close friend. So she's like the maid of honor, very close, something like that. And she like messages me when she gets back. And I was just like, yo, how's your trip? And she's like, garbage. I'm like, I've never heard that. You go to a stag, a bachelor. Oh my God, it was so much fun. Best we bonded. No. Like I just went to a stag like 3 weeks ago. And it was, honestly simple. It was great. We went to a cottage. We got drunk. We played sports. Had a good time.
Nice. Easy
peasy, this and that. You know what? Enjoyed the outdoors. It was a blast. You're telling me you guys went somewhere to have fun and negative stuff happened? This doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Like, external factors different. Like, you run into somebody, like, that's a bad time in, like, the lobby or whatever. That happens. But, like, in your own clique, something happened. And she's like, yeah, so.
What's the story?
Yeah, so apparently, it's like, let's say there's 5 girls. 3 of them are really close. 6 girls. 3 of them are really close. 3 of them are not. So 50% of the party is like a fringe kind of thing, but like, close enough to the bride that they get invited.
Yeah.
Apparently they wanted to go somewhere bougier, but because of, the 3 other girls' price point and their budget, they're like, hey, let's just do like.
Okay.
All right, cool. Hey, again.
Cool, yeah.
Yo, man, the people viable, matter right? More than what you're doing sometimes, right?
Like,
so it's like.
Look. Now in this whole fucking Instagram era and everything, everyone goes to Scottsdale, Miami, Vegas, Ibiza. I've seen, but still cool. Man.
Hey, no, again, like, dude, I just did a cottage. It was a blast.
Yeah, it
was good times. That's all I look for in a stag, right? You just good times, have a good vibe. These 6 girls hit up. 3 of them, they have 3 girls budget. Then they're like, yo, we'll drive. These other girls are like, we're not gonna drive. We're gonna fly. We'll meet y'all there. Like, we're all going to the same city, but we got standards. Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. But, these girls come. They can't book a spa package because these girls budget. But Saturday morning, they ditch.
Who has the budget issues? The acquaintances or the...
No, the acquaintances. The acquaintances have the budget issue or whatever. These acquaintance girls freaking... They're like, yo, we can't book that spa package. It's not in our budget to do it. And it's like, all right, cool. You guys can do that. We're going to keep the group together. We won't book the spa package. Saturday morning... These girls booked the spa package and left without the close girls, without the bride.
Wow.
They just fucking dipped without the bride to go do a spa that you kept the bride from doing. Okay. And then these girls are like hating on everything everybody's doing. Hey, I'm going to take a quick nap before we go out. Man, you're being so boring. We're trying to go out and club and party. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to enjoy the club.
Whose voice
too.
is that?
I don't know. The fucking Mudge that was complaining. I fucking can't.
God, the Mudge.
That's who told me the story called her.
He just called someone an elephant.
No. That's a cow, dog. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? They hire you to speak Punjabi at gigs?
They do.
Allegedly. Okay. So that's what the girl called her. That's the person who told me this story. She called her a Mudge because, and again, we're not body shaming nobody, but apparently this girl, who's not necessarily the most fit girl, was commenting on everybody's bodies. Like, she was just negative vibes all the way around. She was just like, you need to go to the gym like twice a day. And this girl's like, I like live at the gym. And this girl's fit, by the way. The girl who told me the story is fit.
Okay.
She lives at the gym. She's a gym rat. I'm like, wait. So can you show me a picture of this girl? She showed me a picture and I was like,
Jeez.
Delusional much? A little bit. Right. And then, so we're sitting there and just like, this story keeps going. Their whole weekend is just bad vibes. Ditch the bride at the club, yelling at people. They're at a club and the bride goes into the washroom and the fucking maid of honor gets shit because they're like, how could you leave the bride alone? I'm like, yo, she's an adult woman. She's just going to take a piss. Like, let her be.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And this whole thing fucking blows up. And then so they just like get back. Hey, yo, I don't think you guys should be at my wedding.
The bride says that.
The bride just straight up was just like, fuck you. And they did a makeup bachelorette party in Toronto. Like a week later. Obviously without them. They're not allowed at the wedding. How are they going to be allowed at the second bachelorette party?
That is crazy. See, that never happens at bachelor parties that I've seen or heard of. But yo, to each their own, I guess, at the end of the day.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Let's quick recap. Don't host a wedding that you can't fucking afford. If you think $1,500 is ready for a ticket, you can go to cooler parties for like $1,000.
I'm sure.
Like celebrity parties, like do that instead. Don't go to this person's wedding. That's asking for a ridiculous amount of money. Don't buy into pyramid schemes. And if
these guys are
if you're throwing any kind of anything, just have a good time.
Absolutely. It's always good times here on the Mic Check. Tune into the next episode of the Mic Check, where the conversations are always paid in full. 1, 2, 1, 2.